Good evening. You're watching Just the News. I'm Amita Balachandra. Straight up to our top story. The Gujarat government, in an affidavit, told the Supreme Court that the 11 convicts in the Bilkis Bano case were released after approval from the centre. Now, an NDTV report has said that Gujarat had sought the centre's approval on the 28th of June. The sign-off by the centre came in on the 11th of July. Now, the Supreme Court also deferred the hearing on petitions challenging the release of the convicts to the 29th of November. In response to the Gujarat government's reply, the court remarked orally, and I quote, "It is a very big reply, so many judgments in a reply. Where is the factual statement? Where is the application of mind?" End quote. Now, speaking to NDTV and defending the centre's move, Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi said, and I quote, "I don't find anything wrong in it as it is done as a process of the law." End quote. Now, the 11 men had gang raped Bano in a village near Ahmedabad on the 3rd of March 2002 during the riots in Gujarat. She was 19 and pregnant at the time. Meanwhile, in Uttarakhand, 7 people, including 2 pilots, were killed after a helicopter carrying the pilgrims crashed near Kedarnath in Uttarakhand. Authorities have suspended chopper operations till further orders. Now, according to STRF, the helicopter crashed after colliding with a hill amid low visibility in the area. Uttarakhand Chief Minister has said that an inquiry has been ordered. Moving on now, after being questioned by the CBI in the excise policy case, Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia alleged that he was pressured to quit the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, speaking to ANI, he alleged, and I quote, "I was told, Satyendra Jain ke upar kaun se sache cases hai. I said I won't leave AAP for BJP. They said they'll make me CM." End quote. Now, CBI has reacted to this and has refuted all the allegations. In a statement, it said, and I quote, "CBI strongly refutes these allegations and reiterates that his examination was carried out in a professional and legal manner. Probe to continue as per law." End quote. Also in the news, the Tamil Nadu Assembly today has adopted a resolution moved by Chief Minister M.K. Stalin against Hindi imposition by the centre. Now, the resolution urged the centre not to implement the recommendations of the Parliamentary Committee on Official Language submitted to President Draupadi Murmu on 9th of September. Now, the resolution said that the recommendations are against the state languages, including Tamil, and also against the interest of the people who speak the language. Earlier, a committee headed by Shah had recommended that the medium of instruction in higher institutes, educational institutes such as IIT, should be Hindi in Hindi-speaking states and other local languages in the rest of the country. The use of English should be made optional. On Sunday, M.K. Stalin had written to Prime Minister Modi raising objections against the recommendations of the parliamentary panel. Moving on now, Delhi High Court has denied bail to Umar Khalid in a case pertaining to an alleged larger conspiracy behind the February 2020 riots in the national capital. Now, Umar Khalid has been booked under UAPA, which is the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. The case is related to riots that broke out in Delhi in February 2020 between supporters and opposers of the CAA. Now, Umar Khalid was arrested in September 2020. Also in the news, Twitter has told Karnataka High Court that centre cannot issue general orders to block social media accounts. Twitter argued that orders under Section 69A of the IT Act can only be issued if it is in line with the 6 grounds mentioned in the law. And these grounds are that it should be in the interest of the sovereignty and integrity of India, defense of the country, security of the state, friendly relations with foreign states, public order, or for preventing incitement to the commission of any cognizable offense. Twitter has sued Centre for asking them to block accounts and tweets. Now, the Centre has argued that Twitter has lost legal immunity as it did not oblige with the IT Act. Also in the news, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud has been appointed as the 50th Chief Justice of India. He will take charge on the 9th of November. He will have a tenure of 2 years until November 10th, 2024. Now, before his appointment to the top court, he served as a Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court from October 31st, 2013. He also served as a judge of the Bombay High Court from March 2000 to October 2013. Now, his notable Supreme Court judgments include recognizing the right to privacy as a fundamental right, a decriminalization of Section 377 of the Indian Penal Code, and allowing women to enter Kerala Sabrimala Temple, among others. Moving on to news coming in from across the globe right now, starting off with Australia. Australia has said that it will no longer recognize West Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, reversing a decision taken by the government of former Prime Minister Scott Morrison in 2018. Now, the foreign minister has said, and I quote, Jerusalem is a final status issue that should be resolved as a part of any peace negotiations between Israel and the Palestinian people, end quote. The minister also stressed that Australia remained a steadfast friend to Israel. Its embassy, however, will stay in Tel Aviv. Now, the Palestinian Authority's Civil Affairs Minister has tweeted, and I quote, we welcome Australia's decision with regards to Jerusalem and its call for a two-state solution in accordance with international legitimacy, end quote. Moving on, Sri Lankan author Shehan Karunatilaka's The Seven Moons of Maali Almeida has won the Booker Prize 2022. He will also receive a cash prize of £50,000. The book, published by Penguin, is a satire based in war-torn Sri Lanka and tells a story about a dead war photographer on a mission in the afterlife. On to sports news right now. Former Indian cricketer and 1983 World Cup player Roger Binny has succeeded Sourav Ganguly as the president of the BCCI. Now, Amit Shah's son, Shah, has got another term as the secretary. Now, in his first interaction right after taking over, Roger Binny said, and I quote, we will look to improve on what we can do to reduce injuries to players. Bumrah got injured just before the World Cup, which affects the whole plan, end quote. And we leave you with a news coming in from the United States. President Joe Biden has officially kicked off the application process for his student debt cancellation program, opening the door for millions of Americans to apply for up to $20,000 in forgiveness. He announced that 8 million borrowers had already applied for loan relief during the federal government's soft launch period over the weekend. His plan calls for debt cancellation of up to $10,000 if they didn't receive a Pell Grant, which is a type of aid available to low-income undergraduate students, and up to $20,000 if they did. And this is available where students can apply on studentaid.gov. That brings us to the end of this bulletin. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.